Hello and welcome to another complete Cambridge IGCSE PE lesson, part 2 of topic 7.2 on the methods of training. As always, we'll cover absolutely everything you need to know for your exam, and today you need to be able to outline the remaining 2 training methods and the activities involved, link the training methods to improvements in different areas of fitness, and explain the advantages and disadvantages of high altitude training. Before we start, if you haven't already watched my previous video on the first 4 training methods, I recommend you go and do so now by clicking on the banner before returning to this one. Training method 5, circuit training. Circuit training is perhaps the most versatile training method that we'll look at in this chapter, as it consists of combining a range of different exercises in a single workout. A typical circuit training session may include 6 to 10 stations, and individuals stay on a given station either for a set period of time or until they complete a predetermined number of repetitions. Once done, participants transition to the next station either immediately or after a short rest period and maintain this pattern until the session is complete. When setting up a circuit, it's essential that you consider the order in which exercises are placed, as working the same muscles on consecutive stations could lead to excessive fatigue and a drop in intensity. There are several advantages to circuit training. Firstly, you're free to include any exercises that could benefit you and support your goals. This means that multiple fitness components can be addressed in a single session, making it a great choice for team sport athletes who rely on a range of attributes to be successful. It also includes plenty of variation as different exercises are used, meaning tedium or boredom is less of an issue. Finally, skill-based activities can also be included, allowing athletes to develop fitness and technical abilities concurrently. Training method 6, high-intensity interval training. High-intensity interval training, or HIIT, involves periods of intense physical work separated by rest periods. These rest periods are essential as they allow athletes to remove waste products such as lactic acid and recover before their next work period. Through using HIIT, athletes can expect to see improvements in speed, muscular endurance, and their overall level of anaerobic fitness, making it suitable for athletes such as sprinters. HIIT is also extremely useful for games players, however, who need to be able to produce repeated, high-intensity bursts with little time to recover between each. Advantages: HIIT can easily be adapted for different activities and fitness levels, can be done almost anywhere, and requires little or no specialist equipment. Disadvantages: HIIT is extremely physically challenging and can also be quite boring or tedious. This means that those who intend to use HIIT over longer periods of time require high levels of motivation. In addition to the 6 commonly used training methods, there are other more specialized forms of training, and we'll finish the topic now by taking a brief look at high altitude training, which can be used to benefit endurance performance. High altitude training can be defined as specialized training at over 5,000 feet above sea level, or approximately 1,500 meters, to help the body increase the production of red blood cells. So how does it work, and what are the benefits and drawbacks? Well, since air is less dense at altitude, oxygen levels are lower, making it more difficult to meet the requirements of the working muscles. To compensate for this, the body produces more red blood cells, leading to an increase in the oxygen carrying capacity of the blood. When the athlete returns to sea level, they are now able to transport more oxygen via the blood than they were before the training, leading to an increase in energy production and allowing them to work at higher intensities and for longer durations. So the performance benefit is obvious, but why isn't altitude training used by more of us? Well, due to the lack of oxygen at high altitude, athletes are unable to train as hard as they would be able to at sea level, which can lead to reversibility in some fitness components. Many of us also live far from high altitude areas, meaning regular high altitude training simply isn't realistic. High altitude training can also have a negative impact on your immune system and can cause some of us to experience dizziness or nausea, which can have a secondary impact on the quality of our training. Well done! You've just covered absolutely everything you need to know on topic 7.2, methods of training. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already done so, and come back next time for the final topic in chapter 7, warming up and cooling down. As always, I hope you found this lesson useful, and I'll see you in the next one.